Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey and welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 online video. Now, in this video, I do want to discuss Rockstar's quote-unquote big spring update that is technically spring is half over now. Now, with it being the first part of May and the article that first came out on Rockstar's Newswire was dated March 19th, 2019. So we are now officially 6 weeks in and we are still waiting for any evidence of when we can expect this so-called big spring update that they claimed was going to happen later this spring. So obviously it's in the second part of the spring now and we're still waiting, and there's a lot of new features that could bring a few people back. Now, just like any other Rockstar update, they do seem to have a lot of hidden agendas attached to their updates. So what things truly aren't going to be told to us and what things could really be on the backside. Now, there's been a lot of things that have been taken away from us over time and kind of come back into play, so to speak. The economy started really bad. They kind of fixed it, and then it got bad again with some of the updates that happened in that January, February time frame that I've kind of explained in some of my other videos. Now, they've also most recently lowered the prices of pelts and feathers and the amount of feathers that you can get from some of the birds and whatnot inside of Red Dead Online, making it extremely difficult for players to really advance to where they want to be within Red Dead Online. Now, again, Rockstar hasn't even, besides this article, hasn't even attempted to address when this big release is supposed to happen. Now, they do talk about that, this is as of March 19th, that over the next 4 weeks, they're going to bring us new showdown modes and racing modes, as well as some of the new free roam events that we've been kind of shown to us. But beyond that, there really hasn't been much. It's been a very slow, drip-fed, content-based that just seems to be completely pathetic and honestly annoying most of the Red Dead Online players. Now, obviously they keep on saying that we want the players to experience living as a cowboy, an outlaw, or a gunslinger. Well, right now, even though I do like hunting and so-called gathering, that's kind of the direction that Red Dead kind of feels. There's no system in place to make us feel like an outlaw. Actually, it's very negative to be an outlaw instead of a positive one. I don't necessarily want to say positive because outlaws aren't positive, and that's not the way it is, but even like other Rockstar games like Grand Theft Auto, you're a so-called baddie in the game, but you're not necessarily always penalized for it. I mean, as soon as you get $10 in the new bounty system that was released back in February, that's supposedly supposed to be changing again with this big update, we're having to defend ourselves after $10. And then if you die, you have to pay that. Where there's no implications of being an outlaw in Grand Theft Auto, there is in Red Dead Online. And I know that there are two completely separate games, and I'm not really going to get at that. I'm just kind of showing the similarities of, honestly, they're really truly treating Red Dead Online more real life based, which is perfectly fine, but give us some more incentives to be an outlaw. I mean, if they want us to experience the life as a cowboy, outlaw, or a gunslinger, then reward us for being a flippin' outlaw. Now, I'm not saying like, hey, you should give us $250 because, or $1,000 or $2,000 in the game just because we're going to be an outlaw. Give us the modes that allow us to actually feel like Outlaws. And that's things that I've always been discussing, and that honestly is like the heists. And it could be many different heists, and I know that it took a long time for other games to get those types of DLCs and add-ons and updates over time, but they know what works for some of their other games, but they're not implementing it in this game. And they could easily make it known to the Wild West because it's already in the story mode. And I know that I've shared my opinion on this before, but just simply bringing in home invasions, a bank heist, a stagecoach heist, or just something of that nature so that we can truly feel like we're an outlaw. Because right now, all we honestly do is you get split 50-50. You're either going to be a person that's only going to do the showdown or PvP modes, and then you're going to get the other 50% that is going to just try to play free roam stuff. And there's not a whole lot to do in free roam. Even the so-called events that are available to us, there's not a ton of people playing it in my personal experience. Now, granted, I do play on the Xbox One, and I know a lot of people will say, well, that's your problem right there. But a lot of people that I play with on the Xbox One, and even some of the people that I've talked with on the PS4, just says they do say that the free roam events just seem to be lackluster, for a better word, and not really, they don't really immerse you into the feeling of the Wild West like they really could, like they did in the story mode. I mean, when you're stealing the rum and you're going out and killing this gang and doing those types of things, you feel like you're involved in your character when you play as Arthur, and he really grows on you, and he's an amazing character. But then when you go into online and you can't do any of those things, it makes it really, really difficult. So this spring update better have a lot of hidden features that we don't know of. And I'm honestly going to refer to Red Dead Redemption 1 online versus Red Dead Redemption 2 online, because there are so many things that they could easily bring from that online game to Red Dead Online 2 and make it that much better of an experience for a lot of players. So yeah, there's a lot of things that they could easily do to improve the game in general, and there's so much hate out there in the community, and that's not necessarily what I'm trying to do. I really want Rockstar to improve the game because, unfortunately, the community is really suffering. And I'm not trying to diss on Rockstar. I'm not trying to not say that I don't have the faith. I'm not saying any of those types of things. But they need to do something instead of just drip feeding us nothing. Like this last update literally gave us nothing worth any value except for that we get 30% more online money and gold from only basically doing anything PvP. Why can't we get 30% more gold and money from, say, treasure maps or other content to really kind of even the playing field, so to speak? Now, everything that they've done as far as double money, one-time money, 30% more money has all been based around PvP. That's all it is. Again, I'm going to reference Grand Theft Auto for a second, but when Grand Theft Auto has an update and they're talking about double money, they don't tailor it to just PvP modes. Let's go and say, I know that daily challenges exist, but let's say this week, if you fish any fish that you catch, you're going to get maybe X experience or even double money. Say like lake sturgeon, for example. Say they would offer us 30% more money on any lake sturgeon that we bring to a butcher. Why can't they have that as an option? Just kind of throwing that out there. There's so many variables that they could easily add to the game and change things up from having just 30% more money on PvP and applying it to virtually anything else in the world. It gets people to stop focusing on PvP and start focusing more on the open world that is truly given to us in Red Dead Online. It's a beautiful world. Start filling it up with things to do, or give us a reason to do the things that already are in existence. I personally love to hunt and fish in the game, but I don't need the money anymore because I'm not really purchasing anything anymore. So unfortunately, that kind of brings things back a little bit. But people that are looking to make more money or experience points or things like that, and they really truly haven't done a great experience or double experience points. Now, I did have a comment in one of my last videos that said, well, they did offer it. Now, I'm guessing that person that made that comment played on a PS4, because when it was double experience points, the Xbox One players lost everything. There wasn't even any animals to go ahead and hunt. There was nothing to do. You could play the missions, the Land of Opportunity missions, and that was it. And people were using those missions to actually hunt for like a half an hour, because that was the only way that you could get any type of animal. Now, on top of that, XP, I don't remember if it was actually even working during that time, like getting double XP, because I did play the kill them each and every one, and it never really gave me the XP that I thought it was going to. Now, I could go back and look at some of my videos, but I really don't remember it, so I'm guessing it didn't happen, but maybe I just don't remember correctly. But eventually, we will be getting the spring update, which will include the new hostility system, which is going to have like offensive and defensive playing style options. We're also going to have access to, we're going to have the continued story of a Land of Opportunity missions, which is like part 2. And if you listen to the game after you kill Teddy, you actually hear that he's only one of 3 people that you're trying to go after. So it's kind of like 3 phases, and this would be phase 2, or the second series of that Land of Opportunity missions, which I thought were great, and it will be nice to have more missions available to us. There's a lot of missions that they could easily add to the game and allow us to make more money, again, like Grand Theft Auto, and you can easily make them Wild West. And I know they're not the same game, but you can apply the same similar tactics in those games. They're very similar in nature anyway. One's just set in a time period of now and a little bit into the future with some of the add-ons that they have, like the Deluxo and the Oppressor. But you could also look at Red Dead Redemption 2, it's virtually the same thing. The buttons are even similar. The styles are similar, just set in the Wild West. Now, they do say that eventually that the restructured daily challenges will change from any hostile gameplay to more free roam based, which I think is absolutely going to be fantastic, because if you really truly look at it, a lot of players want free roam things, and if you're only going to center your daily challenges on free roam events, to me, or free roam items, that's going to be absolutely amazing. But I did say this in some of my other videos, I firmly believe that the spring update will happen at the end of May. Now, I know that there's only 3 weeks in June that we really have to worry about the finalizing of spring and actually into the summer. But I do feel that around Memorial Day in the US, which is the last Monday of May, we should have, I believe, access to this new spring update. And I'm hoping that there's a couple add-ons to this update that aren't known as of yet, like maybe giving us a heist or giving us access to more butchers, or just something that will kind of, wet our lips, so to speak. But anyway, that is all the time that I have for in today's video. If you guys, I would love to hear what you guys think about when this spring update will come. And also let me know what item you would really like to see brought into Red Dead Online. It could literally be anything, but pick one and let me know what that is. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily content. It would be awesome and very much appreciated if you guys would do that. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it. And you guys stay gaming.